Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Dropping down from Army Village down to Konya. We're going to join the Limsol roundabout and we're going to do a bit of a wiggle and a bit of a waggle through some of the town centre of downtown Paphos. And we're going to head and see how far we can get before we get stopped at a red traffic light by, of course, our superstar in downtown Norwich, Lady Andrea. Although she's doing her very best to try and keep them on green, we're going to circumnavigate central Paphos, so we're definitely going to catch her out once or twice. One thing's for sure, if you look up into the sky, it's looking very, very blue indeed. There's the odd cloud, and we have been promised the odd thunderstorm, but don't worry, they won't last very, very long indeed. But as I was saying, the sky is looking very, very blue. The sea, wow, wait till we come over the cusp of this little hill and you get a spectacality of a view straight over the rooftops in downtown Paphos, all the way out to the blue, 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 blue Mediterranean Sea. Mr. Paul, guess what? He's dressed head to toe in blue. That must mean one thing. All that is missing is you. So why not get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy? Paphos Cyprus, the island of love. Even Marika and me, we're waiting especially for you. Big shout out to some of the stars who do like to watch the show now and again. If your name is Sir Martin, and there's a beauty with the greatest smile in the world, and of course her name is Lady Victoria. A big, big Kalimera to you guys, and we hope you're having a great, great day indeed. And we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts for those magic 5 coffees that you gifted us on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Thank you very, very much indeed. Shortly I'll be stopping for a latte. I'll break out a Romeo and Juliet, and I'll be doing a little bit of Lardy Darwin, especially for you. And May, yes, cannot come soon enough. These are some great fans that we met through the little channel known as Marika and Me. People come and find us, and we make friends with lots of people, and we thank each and every one of you who comes and hunts us down. We met the superstar and his family again last night. Of course, that's Joey Walsh, all the way from downtown Tipperary. And it was a great pleasure and a great honour. And there was with him the superstar, his son, Mr. Charlie. And what a great, great guy indeed. And we wish you a safe trip back to Tipperary today. And unfortunately, as your mother-in-law was saying, the weather, yeah, it's going to be a bit brutal, I think was her exact words. But we hope it doesn't treat you too badly, and we hope you have some great memories from Paphos, and we hope that you'll come back and see us and do it all over again and again. Some other stars would like to watch the show now and again. There's a girl in downtown Hartlepool, and of course that's our day man. She's looking forward to coming out in May as well, so you never know. There could be a bit of a party going to go on in May, or oh no, Andrea, what's going on? Traffic lights. Here we go, Andrea. We're stuck in gridlock traffic in, what should we call it, Konya Village. Andrea, she's got them on green, but will she keep them on green long enough to allow us to get through? I don't think so myself, although, well, it's looking good. It is looking good. I wonder if anyone's going to stop. Yes, no, he's gone through on red, and this law-abiding citizen has stopped. What I should do is overtake them all and catch that crowd up. But I'm not in a rush, so I won't bother. There we are. I only go through red traffic lights now and again. To be honest, it's more of a joke with Andrea, if you understand. And if the gun just turned to red, you're all right in Cyprus, because the people sitting on the other side are playing on a mobile phone, drinking a frappe, doing whatever they're doing in the footwells. They haven't even noticed if the lights on their side have gone to green, and that's a fact. Now, we were talking about the weather, weren't we? If you're curious to know what the temperature is, what time is it? 28 minutes past 8 in the morning, and it's 23 degrees. Yep, you heard me correctly. It's 28 minutes past 8 in the morning, and it's 23 degrees. They're predicting a high today of around about 29, although the last couple of days, to be honest, they've been wrong, and the weather's been warmer than what they predicted. So you never know. Today could be a 31, could be a 32, and guess what? We're in November if you're new to the channel. So, and if you are new to the channel, by the way, perhaps you're curious to know about Marika and me, we do various videos. We do a driving video in the morning. That's just Mr. Paul on his own. as he travels around on his daily travels and goes out to see customers and those kind of things. What does Mr. Paul do? Well, he's got a body shop and a car mechanic, so there's cars to pick up, there's parts to go and get, there's things to do. There's Romeo and Julieting, that's a bit dangerous, that one, but Romeo and Julieting, that's smoking a cigar, and of course there's lots of coffees to drink because we're living in downtown Paphos, and it's part of culture in Cyprus to sit around and do a bit of gumbarrowing. That's friendshipping with people, and you sit there drinking coffee, and then it's time for lunch, and then perhaps time for a snooze, and then it's perhaps time for some more gumbarrowing, and then in our case it's time to go down to the downtown Paphos Harbour and make another video especially for you. But on that note, if you do like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a single penny, and don't forget to come back and do it all over again and again. And of course, if you want to keep the channel afloat, well, it's very, very simple, and it all depends on you. All you got to do is hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, click through and have a little look and see our little information page. You can also choose to read the comments and the replies that other people have kindly left, and that's when they've gifted us coffees, and we do thank them very, very much indeed. Google these magic words, Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, and you can choose to buy that special coffee for myself and Miss Ochin, receive it out of the booth. And of course, if you want a special shout out, it could be for a birthday, it could be for Christmas, because Christmas is coming, isn't it? You might even want me to call your cat in. All you've got to do is gift those coffees or two, and of course that little message will be coming for you very, very soon indeed. Gridlock traffic, Andrew. Gridlock traffic in downtown Paphos. Dizzy Blonde, what do you think of this? There's an awful lot of traffic going on. Andrew's now flipped the traffic lights over there onto red, so that allows us to get going. We're on the Limassol roundabout, and I think we are going to go straight down because the traffic in and around Paphos at this time of day does start to get quite busy. That's what it does, because school time's gone, all the kids have been dropped off, people then go and do a bit of, well, frapping and that kind of stuff, and gumbarrowing, and then after that they have to go to work. Well, if you can call it work, but people have to go and find something to do. So then the roads get gridlocked again, and that's what we're in. I understand it sounds like I'm whinging. I understand if you're in downtown Krakow, if your name's Lady Anna, my superstar, obviously the greatest lawyer in the world, or if you're in downtown Manchester, if your name's Dizzy Blonde, I understand that this is very, very light traffic indeed. But to Paphos, this is gridlock. There we go. Miss Andrea, if you're wondering, Goodies, the fast food takeaway, is opening up there. Another couple of months, it should be open. Coming up down here is her favourite place in the world, and of course that is McDonald's. And no, we don't have those fancy McFlurries in Paphos yet. How do I know that? Because I popped in there for a Big Mac only yesterday. Nice tasty Big Mac. Although I'm sure it's got smaller. I am convinced that things have got smaller. Or as we get older, we like to whinge more, don't we? That's what it is. Perhaps I'm just getting old. Well, I'm already old. I was already old before, so now I'm even older. So I just like to get grumpy and whinge it. But I don't try to get grumpy. I always try to be nice and friendly and courteously when I drive around as well. It's one of my things. Although I do like to go through the odd traffic light or two, and one or two people, especially if your name's Lady Ali, you've got a man in your life called Sir Neil, a couple of dads called Sir Brian, and of course Lord Mike. You understand, if you like to go down the wrong way streets now and again, and that's because the mayor is installing a one-way street system in and around Paphos, and it's frustrating because if you miss something or you don't know where something is, you have to go round twice. What was wrong with going the other way? Exactly. There we are. What's coming up now? Former Debenhams, if you remember that. Then it became the ERA store. I think it's called ERA. It still says ERA. Yeah, it's like a department store. And now it's going to move, and it's going to go somewhere else, and they're going to knock that down, and they're going to build a giant jumbo, if you know what jumbo is, which is like a B&M's if you're in the UK. It's a shop where you can go in and buy absolutely everything for like £1.50 or €2, that kind of thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Cheap bargain shop. Some of the stuff's good and some of the stuff's rubbish. But anyway, on top of that, they're going to build a super skyscraper. well, by Cyprus standards, 27 stories, 2 stories underground and 25 stories above ground. Now, at the roundabout back there, did you notice, coming the other way, there was a black Jaguar XJ? My God, it's common. So there's 2 of us driving around in downtown Paphos. Luckily for me, mine is the L, mine is the long wheelbase, because as we all know, watching Receiver Booth does like big things. There we go. And also mine's the Portfolio edition, so it's that little bit more posh, shall we say. I'm going to have to go and find that man, have a word with him and say, look, get out of Cato Paphos, because you are making us common. No, terrible. Anyway, last little mention on the channel. Last night we went out with some superstars, some legends on the channel. And, well, without further ado, I'll introduce you to those superstars. Of course, this lady, oh, so sweet Caroline. And, of course, with her was the legend known as Nigel of the Big Guns. We went to the Pelican restaurant. We had a great meal indeed, and the greatest company in the world. We always treasure our time that we spend with Mr. and Mrs. Carter. They make us laugh, we make them laugh, and we put the worlds to rights, and eventually we take them back and they roll back into bed, and eventually so do we. Let's find out what's going on live on camera. That's the chappie that we're on our way to, so there's no need to answer him and disturb the little video. We're on our way there, so we'll be there in about 10 minutes or so. This is the tree-lined avenue that takes us down to Cato Paphos. Those of you who are familiar with the channel know the road very, very well indeed. At the end, we are going to take a right, and we're going to head on the inner ring road, as we call it, and head towards the Paphos Mall roundabout area. And that's where this video is going to come to end. That's where I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, why not hit the like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of our complete and utter madness. Now I warn you now, if you are driving in around Paphos, perhaps you live in Paphos, and perhaps you're not aware of the situation, but most people who watch the channel obviously are coming in for holidays, or could they be flippers? They might spend 3 months here and then 3 months somewhere else. Perhaps if your name's David Potter and you're in downtown Payer and you've got a beauty in your life called Lady Angela, yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Remember, when you're driving around, there are police absolutely everywhere, especially in the mornings and often at night now, and they're looking for the people who are driving that little bit too fast. So keep your foot off the gas and always be aware of the speed limit that you're in, because they're getting sneaky. Oh, they are. They're trying to catch you as you come out of the highest speed limits and going into the lowest speed limits. Probably coming down here, there could be a speed trap, literally in a couple of 100 meters. The speed in and around Paphos is normally 50 kilometers an hour. That's about 30 miles an hour. So I suggest that you stick to it. This guy could be in trouble if there's a speed trap. I think luckily for him there isn't, which is a shame, because he did boot it off the roundabout, which means he is a bit of an idiot. But of course, he's in a rush to go wherever he's going. I always find you're not going to get there any quicker, especially if the boys in blue catch you and have a little chat with you for 10 minutes. So please, if you're coming into Paphos, whether you're hiring a car, stealing a car, borrowing a car, or you even own a car, drive around with respect. Well, don't worry about the red traffic lights. I don't know why everyone stopped. I'd have just gone straight through. But anyway, speeding is the thing they're after, and also mobile phones. If you're talking on a mobile phone and you see a policeman, just put the phone down, and normally he won't say a word. But if you carry on daxi-raying, as I say, carry on talking and make eye contact with him, understandably, he's going to pull you over, have a word with you, and give you €300. And as we can see, the man in the Volvo is very, very frustrated. He's now going to undercut this car. Probably, well, he's undercut it anyway, because he is very frustrated and he's convinced that he will get wherever he's going that little bit earlier. But there we go, you see, what an idiot on the road. Now, I always understood that most people who drove Volvos were cleverer than everyone else and more tolerant than everybody else, but not when it's in Cyprus. See, this little frustrated man booted it past me, undercut the lorry, then wiggled and waggled behind the green car, and now he's absolutely no further ahead than anybody else. In fact, the lorry that he undercut is actually technically ahead of him. But there you go. That's the rant over, Mr. Andy in downtown Shropshire. Big shout out to Lord Andy, and of course Lady Ness in downtown Shropshire. Hopefully the weather's not treating you too badly. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again somewhere in downtown Paphos very, very soon indeed. Let's watch the Volvo for a bit, shall we? He's on his mobile phone at the same time, by the way. He's got it down between his two legs by his little thing, and he's frantically doing something. His reading glasses are on as well. That's why he's on that little bit calmer. But let's see just how fast he can get to wherever he's going before everybody else. And I think we understand that he's not. But there we go. We'll go into the outer lane now, because technically we're ahead of him again, even though he burns a lot of benzene trying to go around us. Let's give him a quick look. Yeah, there you go. He's much, much cleverer than me. There we are. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon indeed.